Jews were turned into monkeys. The translation of Surah Al-Baqarah verses 65 and 66 is as follows. Then you already knew the story of those among your people who broke the Sabbath law. We said to them, be apes despised. And we made their fate an example for their own generation and for subsequent generations, and a lesson for the God-fearing. Maulana Maududi writes in Tafhim al-Quran that there is disagreement about the nature of their transformation into monkeys. Some believe their physical form was disfigured and made like that of monkeys, while others take it to mean that they developed monkey-like characteristics. However, the words of the Quran and its style of expression make it clear that this was not a moral transformation, but a physical one. According to him, the strongest assumption is that their brains were allowed to remain in exactly the same state as they were before, while their bodies were disfigured and became like those of monkeys. This incident is also mentioned in Surah Al-A'raf. It is stated there, finally, when those people forgot all the things which they were admonished for, we saved those who forbade evil and seized the wrongdoers in a severe punishment for their disobedience. For the deed they were forbidden, when they exceeded the limit in it, we finally commanded, be despised apes. In this verse, the people of the area mentioned were divided into three groups. Imam Ibn Kathir writes that one group engaged in forbidden hunting and caught fish through subterfuge. The second group did not stop them, showed indifference, and moved away. The third group remained silent, neither doing the act nor stopping it. They, the third group, tried to advise the second group, saying, what is the use of advising these people? They have invited the wrath of God. They are ready for the anger of the Lord. Now why are you after them? The second group explained, we should not be blamed by God because it is God's command to always enjoin good and forbid evil. The advice might affect them at some point. These people might refrain from their forbidden actions. If they repent to Allah, Allah will also forgive them. In the end, their advice proved fruitless. When these evildoers did not listen, the Muslim group that was constantly lamenting them stayed away, kept advising, and Allah seized the wrongdoers in His worst punishment. When the advising group became certain that punishment would befall these disobedient people, they refused to go to the city with them at night. When morning came and the city gates did not open, they called out, but there was no answer. Finally, a person was made to climb the fort wall using a ladder. He looked and was astonished. All the people had been turned into monkeys, he informed all the Muslims. They broke down the doors and went inside, seeing that everyone had become monkeys with tails. They themselves could not recognize anyone, but the monkeys recognized their relatives. Every monkey clung to the feet of its respective relative. They started crying, holding their clothes. The relatives said, look, we were forbidding you, but you didn't listen. The monkeys would nod their heads as if to say, yes, that's right. The affliction of our deeds has destroyed us. Imam Ibn Kathir narrates that these were residents of the town of Eilat. The veneration of the Sabbath day was made obligatory for them. Hunting was forbidden on that day, and by Allah's command, fish used to come in abundance. They resorted to cunning. They dug pits, set ropes and hooks, and caught fish on the Sabbath day through trickery. For this crime, Allah changed their forms. Hazrat Mujahid says their forms were not changed, only their hearts were disfigured. Hazrat Ibn Abbas says the young became monkeys and the old became pigs. Hazrat Qatada says all men and women became monkeys with tails. A voice came from the sky. All of you become monkeys. And so it happened. Those who tried to stop them said, look, we used to forbid you from before. The monkeys nodded in agreement. Hazrat Ibn Abbas adds that they all perished shortly after. They had no offspring. No transformed nation lives for more than 3 days. Eating, drinking, and reproduction ceased. These monkeys, then and now, are animals created in the same way. Allah creates whomever He wills in whatever form He wills. Imam Ibn Kathir writes that the Muslim community completely boycotted this deceitful group, separating themselves with a wall and different doors. Eventually, all those who had transgressed had become monkeys, including women and children, all recognizable by appearance. Only those who forbade them and stayed away were saved. The translator, Karam Shah al-Azhari, writes that the majority opinion is their forms became like monkeys, and they were destroyed after a few days. Those who continuously break Allah's law may face changes in creation as punishment. For those who believe in Darwin's theory, this is not surprising. It could be seen as a link in evolution. The Lord mentions this incident for us to take heed. Storytelling is not the purpose of the Quran.